The venue where we are now is the venue for St. Petersburg Economic Forum. This forum brings together CEO of world's largest companies, as well as experts, economists, and political leaders. What they're discussing, what they're doing, they're discussing opportunities and threats to world economy, and of course they're discussing opportunities to do business in Russia and in all other countries. This year, this forum engaged both Young 20 and Business 20 formats. So what we decided to do this year for you, we decided that for 2 upcoming days, you will walk alone with no expert interference. Why? Why we do that? Because we think that the world is changing and we all live in new reality. You know that the countries which used to be called developing countries 7-10 years ago are now the main drivers for economic growth. And growth is the main challenge, because growth means new jobs, growth means social stability, and today world's imbalances are threats to growth. So what we want to do, we want you to come up with new ideas, new approaches to policies. Because as a young generation, you are getting to this new reality, new technologies which are changing our life faster than others. It is your advantage, thus, and your responsibility to come up with ideas which are keeping up with the changing world. So what we do next, after 2 days, you will have a chance to discuss your ideas, your views, and your communique when you finish it with world leaders, business leaders, scientists, and some political leaders, who will have on this forum. You will have the chance to do it on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. On Thursday also, you will start from presenting communique to acting Russia Sherpa, who is Ksenia Yudaeva. Then you will have a chance to discuss your communique and your views on G20 agenda with Business 20 leaders. And then your country's group leaders will meet President Putin, not only to present communique, but also to discuss any G20 issues. This will happen on Thursday. And then afterwards, you will have a chance to participate in any panel you wish, because you guys have red badge, which means you are very, very VIP persons here. And you will have a chance to participate in any panel on this St. Petersburg Economic Forum. We created a list of the panels which might be of your interest, but please do not hesitate to participate in any panel you wish, to raise hands, to discuss issues you wanted to discuss. I also have with me Tatiana Ushakova, whom I want to come on stage now and say a few words, because Tatiana is our success story of Young 20 story. I can tell you why. You are 23, 24, I forgot. 24. Well, old enough. Tatiana is 24. She used to be, I remember her being 16, Young 20 fellow, something. Now she works for government on international issue already. I wish I had this chance when I was 24, I can say. Tatiana is helping us a lot because she used to be a Young 20 fellow like you are. So she will say a few words, but before that, finalizing my speech, I wish you luck, and I can tell the world is looking forward to your ideas and the new approaches. Thank you very much. Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much, dear delegates. Just let me say a few words and a few welcoming remarks, because I'm really happy to see you all here. And this project, as it was already said, is very special to me. In 2006, Russia was the first country to initiate and to organize this youth format, but while the G8 summit. And I was lucky and I was honored to participate in 2006 in this amazing event, and to understand that it's really crucial when the young people have opportunity to discuss the most topical issues, to meet each other from all over the world and to be heard, to have this unique opportunity to deliver our ideas and our thoughts to the most influential people of the world and of our country. And that is why I just want to call you to be absolutely free. So I know how it works. This summit is an amazing experience for you, I'm sure, in order to get new contacts and to get new knowledge and to exchange your ideas and your points of view. So that is why we are happy to create the most comfortable atmosphere for you in order to discuss absolutely, in an absolute open way, all the topics that you have already determined and that you have already chosen. And we will be happy to provide you with this opportunity to deliver these thoughts and this final communique to the President of the Russian Federation, to the Sherpa, to the business leaders, so to so different sectors of our life and representatives of these sectors. So let me explain a little bit the logic of our work, because I want to tell you that the team that will be working with you during these days is composed by the alumni as well of these youth summits, so our secretariat, and of course they will be happy to answer all your questions, technical ones, and not only during these days, but in general. So after this session, you will have the negotiations started, working like in working groups and discussing the subtopics of the communique in order to continue this work that has been already done online. The first day today will be devoted to the first topic, which is called the sustainable development, and tomorrow you will discuss the financial architecture. So we tried to make this format as much as possible comfortable for you, and it really resembles the real practice of G20 summits. You will have 26 representatives per each country and the outreach in order to share your views and to discuss the draft of the communique. At the end of the second day, tomorrow, the draft will be given to the delegation leaders in order for them to finalize all your proposals and all your thoughts in one document that then will be adopted by all the delegates. You will vote for it in order for us to be sure that everyone can agree with the ideas that I expressed in this document. And of course, then you'll be able to discuss this final document and to deliver it with the President, with the B20, Business 20, and with the Russian Sherpa G20, Ksenia Yudaeva. So I'm really happy to meet you all here. I'm sure you will enjoy these days and they will be fruitful for you. And I wish you good luck. Enjoy these amazing days in this extremely beautiful city, St. Petersburg, and just discuss, work together, and enjoy this amazing event with us together. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Could you hear me well? I would like to join my colleagues and wish you all good luck on behalf of the Y20 Summit Secretariat. We warmly welcome you here in St. Petersburg in the main official youth event of the year. And I would like to draw your attention to the Russian delegation, which will present your ideas, which were worked out during the agenda setting sessions in the online platform, where you finalized some ideas on the first topic of our today work, the sustainable development. So, and I will give the floor to Mr. Inal Ardinba, who will then present his colleagues and the ideas all together we produced during our work. Thank you so much.
Thank you kindly, Roman. Dear colleagues, fellow delegates, it is a great pleasure for me to be here. It is a great pleasure to express my greatest gratitude for your coming to St. Petersburg, which is considered to be a cultural capital of the Russian Federation, as you know. Guys, we are here to address major challenges in the area of global finances and sustainable development, as you know. So it is very important to outline that around the globe, many professors and consultants, experts and academics tend to outline the fact that our respective nations, world economy in general, is facing many imbalances, especially in the area of global finances and the area of sustainable development. So today, we're here to discuss sustainable development challenges. I would like to say a few words about our online discussions. You may remember my face on Y20 official web platform. It was a great pleasure to discuss with you major challenges. It was a great job. Many thanks for you. I'd like to say that our discussion was conceptually broken into two parts. The first part was international financial architecture reform, and the second part was sustainable development. So our online discussions lasted from May 1st to June 15th, as you remember. So guys, the first task for us on online discussions was to elaborate 4 subtopics for each of these 2 general topics, as you remember. So we outlined 4 subtopics for sustainable development, and we are going to discuss today these sustainable development issues. And I would like to say that there are 4 subtopics. The first one is energy efficiency. We will discuss this topic today. The second one is social policy optimization. The third one is infrastructure development. And the last one is problems of nutrition and environmental protection. So guys, as you remember, the second task for our online discussions was to elaborate our suggestions, our novel breakthrough suggestions for these 4 subtopics. So finally, we drafted our communique. You can see this. And we are going to discuss sustainable development issues of this final communique today. So I would like to present Mr. Viktor Kalmykov, my colleague from the Russian delegation. Viktor will speak about energy efficiency. Please.
Thank you very much, Nal. The first point of view I should tell is that the ideas which crystallized during our discussions on this forum, on this online discussions, are highly commonality between different countries of G20. We've got a highly commonality between them, and it's amazing and it's crucially important for us nowadays. The most important suggestions we've proposed could be discussed in 4 main subtopics, 4 main problems of energy efficiency. Firstly, we propose putting price on carbon and another renewable resources on the international level in order to provide and support further demand on these renewable resources. Secondly, as funding of development and research of programs on the renewable resources are crucially important, we provide programs of securitizing green bonds, EFP, the so-called exchange for physicals, and other mechanisms in order to provide this funding. Secondly, crucially important problem is the promoting of social responsible investing and socially responsible mutual funds in order to provide further funding and further finance to these programs. And fourthly, we do suppose that establishing regional hubs linking national energy markets are very, very important in order to provide further growth and further development of energy efficiency and research and development of renewable resources. So that's the key points of energy efficiency subtopic. And now we go on to my colleague, Artyom, who will tell us about the social problems.
Thank you kindly, Viktor. Guys, we're going to discuss now the second subtopic. The second subtopic of social policy optimization. I would like to present Mr. Anton Komarov from the Russian delegation.
Thank you, Nal. So I'm here to speak about social policy optimization topics. And considering such topics, I guess we've divided the main topic into 3 subtopics, which were education, unemployment, especially youth, and what was said? That was, I guess, healthcare. So we place very high value on international cooperation in the sphere of global education, and so we suggest enhancing the coordination, cooperation, and integration of Group 20 youth expert communities, for example, by establishing a web platform where discussions of Group 20 young leaders and experts and scientists will be held in order to stimulate integration process. We also recommend to implement a mechanism allowing young scientists, young experts to get a visa of any Group 20 country after only a notification in order to facilitate and to ease academic mobility process. We admit the crucial importance of financial literacy in the modern world, and so we suggest we've provided you and you provide us, of course, in the communique with several ideas on enhancing financial inclusion and financial literacy of youth. For example, we've suggested to implement a basic financial literacy course in school programs. We suggested to actualize and standardize the standards of financial literacy on the global level, and also we propose to stimulate leading world global financial corporations to establish educational departments on the base of leading universities and educational centers of Group 20 countries. Addressing the issue of youth unemployment, we believe that it would be quite beneficial to expand existing national labor markets to the international level. So we recommend to establish a unified database of youth vacancies on the Group 20 countries level. I guess that will serve our purpose. Actually, we would like to promote youth mobility, youth working, youth job mobility, and by, for example, stimulating organizations working on with young migrants on the national level of Group 20 countries. In order to provide better health care for the people, we believe that government and support-governmental organizations should facilitate the undergoing the courses of treatment abroad in order to take the best from each and every healthcare system of Group 20 countries. Actually, that was all I wanted to tell on the topic. I look forward to our further discussions. I guess that they will be magnificent, interesting, and beneficial. I hope successful. And now I would like to give a floor to my colleague,
Thank you, Anton. I'd like to present our colleague Ekaterina Steinberg to speak about our infrastructure development suggestions. Please.
Thank you, Nal. First of all, I would like to thank you, all the delegates, for your serious work during the online debates, and using your contribution and using your ideas, we have outlined the following suggestions. First of all the candidates agreed that developing of infrastructure is very serious topic, so we tried to focus our attention on the financing on the source of financing the infrastructure. So we suggest establishing country-specific public-private partnerships, because we believe that public sector can raise the efficiency of using money, and we believe that government can finance some gaps in infrastructure development. The next our suggestion is developing free economic zones and tax-free infrastructure investment system to encourage private sector to put their money in investments in infrastructure. The next our suggestion is introducing semi-autonomous long-term planning department responsible for implementation of infrastructure policy, because many of our candidates decided that short-term goals of public and government policy can really affect the idea of long-term planning and long-term investment in infrastructure. And the last our idea on this topic is introducing suitable cities labeling system relying on infrastructure criteria. And we believe that we will have fruitful discussion on this topic.
Thank you so much. I would like to present our colleague from the Russian delegation, Artem Chepurnoy, to speak about the last point of our sustainable development agenda. After, we will speak about these points within our working groups. Please, Artem, nutrition security and environmental protection.
Hello, dear delegates, dear friends. I would like to thank you for our collaborative brainstorming and fruitful discussions on the web platform. And after these discussions, we came out with the following propositions. So, measures against food starvation epidemics and food insecurity, which is especially inherent for overpopulated and low-income countries. The first one is a careful step-by-step introduction of genetically modified products by endorsing international standards in this sphere and procedures of risk assessment and authorization of such products. The second one is reduction of agricultural subsidies. We propose shifting from direct agricultural subsidizing to more clever mechanism of supporting farmers in developed countries. The third one is creation of insurance mechanisms and foodstuff banks on country, regional and interregional levels in order to secure enough food supply in crisis times, for example, in times of poor harvest. The fourth one is international cooperation in R&D, technology transfer and infrastructure development aimed at reinforcing agricultural business as well as diversifying economies of the least developed countries. And the final one is involving world's poorest communities in global economic relations through remote jobs and crowdsourcing. And we also have 4 propositions on the topic of green growth. We propose reduced barriers of trade and investment in low-carbon green economies. We also propose involving emerging countries in development of technologies of such low-carbon green technologies. We also recommend promoting and teaching environmentally friendly consumption on the global level, and finally introducing fair trade certification. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Artyom. So this was our sustainable development agenda. As you know, our respective nations are facing many challenges in the area of sustainable development, in many domains of sustainable development. So we've tried to generalize the major our solutions, our novel solutions, and I would like to wish you the best of luck in your working group discussions. I'd like to give a floor to Roman Chukov to speak about working groups discussions, please.
So, dear colleagues, I would like to thank my Russian colleagues who presented actually the ideas which were expressed during the teamwork on our web platform. This is the ideas that each delegation who actively took part in the online discussions just put to the table, and these ideas were discussed by all the delegates. But still, we are now having 2 more days for developing these ideas, for elaborating them, to make sure that we have some concrete measures and really innovative approaches and suggestions to make sure that we can make a difference, that we can impact. Because as my colleagues already noticed, our leaders actually wait something really bright, something really, I don't know, crazy from the young people who gathered here together in St. Petersburg. And I hope that we will all together come up with something really concrete and new. So after this opening ceremony, every delegate who took part in the online discussions will actually join the same working group in the sphere of sustainable development. And I would like to ask my Russian colleagues to guide you to the audience. So those of you who will work in energy efficiency will follow Mr. Kalmykov, Viktor. Please say hello. Yes, so the whole number of 5.1 for energy efficiency, nutrition security and environmental protection, and Mr. Artyom Chepernoy, whole number 8.3. Infrastructure development, Ekaterina Steinberg, 5.2. And social policies optimization, whole number 5.3, Mr. Anton Komarov. So you will follow this delegates to the audiences, but still we have one category of delegates who are the delegation leaders. As Mr. Voskresenskiy said, this group of leaders will actually present these ideas to the President of the Russian Federation, Mr. Putin. And this is why after the end of the second working day tomorrow, the delegation leaders will have a drafting session. To make sure that every delegation is actually satisfied with the final text, that the principal moments each delegation wanted to raise were raised, that these issues were addressed in this communique. And what is the most important experience me and Tatiana wanted to actually tell you about? Y20 summit is not a meeting for just reading the dry and boring policy papers, which we can actually Google on all our countries' websites and like Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Y20 summit is the place where bright young people gather together and try to work out something really new on behalf of the global community. We want you to think globally, to unite for these 3 days and make sure that we actually work for our future. So delegation leaders, I hope that they will help us to finalize the communique text, and then we will pass this to everyone's voting. This is why we hope that this communique will be in the interest of everyone. This is the aim of the summit, and your task is to make sure that we have something in this communique. And delegation leaders, actually, they are not stick to some concrete audiences, to some concrete groups. They may join each group they like, they will ask the moderator to be given a floor in case they need. By the way, my Russian colleagues will chair the previously represented working groups. This means that we will have in all our working groups one moderator, one chair from the Russian Federation, and then all the committee, after some ice-breaking procedures, which I think you will just you will start right in 20 minutes. Then you will go to selecting one secretary. The person who will draft the text, the wording of your working group, writes online, and it will be all broadcasted for your comfort to the screens. So you will need to come up with the person you actually you think will be more suitable to take part in the discussions and to draft the final communique. And I think that's all. The more time we have for working, the better results we will have. So I would like to thank my Russian colleagues, to thank my colleagues from Y20 Russia Secretariat. I would like to say very big thanks to the Russian G20 presidency, because Y20 summit is an official outreach format, official format of the Russian presidency, and of course the Russian G20 presidency played a huge role. Actually, the main role is in giving the opportunity to young people to set the agenda by themselves. You don't let me to say incorrect truth, because you know that you formed the agenda. You formed the agenda, and it is your communique. So big thanks to all the organizers, and I want to wish you all good luck. So please, I think that we are done. Let's go to the sessions after some coffee break. Thank you so much. So please follow. Yes. Yeah, one more moment, dear colleagues. One very important information for all of those who actually, this is common news for all the delegates, but for those who is observing our current ceremony, there are 26 delegations who take part in our summits. We don't have only the G20 nations, so 90 nations and the European Union delegation. We also have 6 invited countries, officially invited by the Russian G20 presidency. And I would like to ask them to stand, and we will specially thank them for coming. Yes, we have. Yes, because our colleagues will represent their respectful delegation by only one person, and these colleagues may also join all the negotiations in every working group. So we are actually 26 delegations, 106 bright young people. So good luck, guys. I hope that we will make a difference. Thank you so much.
Thank you.